Welcome back everybody to another timeless episode of Lockdown 23 in 1. That's right, timeless it is because we're traveling back into the courtroom. We're gonna witness the first hissy fit on this channel of 2026. The defendant today cannot believe he's even in the courtroom to begin with, and he gives the judge a little kickback. And that's the absolute worst thing you want to do in a courtroom. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the channel and enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is absolutely where you need to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my beautifully assorted playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today.
Reading, stand mute. He's going to plead guilty to the open intox, asking the court to take it under 771.
Open intox.
Sir, do you understand everything your attorney just said? And you understand that open intox is still a misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it could get up to 90 days for that. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, I have to tell you the maximum, sir. Looks like there's a plea agreement that you would have a delayed sentence under 771.1 for a period of 12 months. So you'd have some probation terms for 12 months and then the case would be dismissed. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, and that goes as I'm a passenger too. I'm sorry for questions, but
Alright, so first and foremost, let's just say a misdemeanor is always better than a felony, so he's lucky for that. But with most misdemeanors, it happens exactly like you're seeing now. Typically, if you don't have a criminal record, never been in jail, they'll give you a little slap on the wrist, a little probation. Deferred judgment, I believe, is what many courts call it, but if he's good on the probation for what she said was 12 months, I believe, then the charges will be removed. But on this probation, you gotta typically be drug-free, crime-free, and a few other things, probably take programs. And if you don't do any of that stuff, chances are you definitely will be going to jail for that misdemeanor. But he said something at the tail end right here. He said, even if I'm a passenger, keep in mind he has an intox case, probably got caught with an open container. Maybe he was in a car that he had no idea had alcohol in it. I don't know, I highly doubt it, but that could be the case. So if that's the case, look man, it's best if anybody in the car is drinking or they got open containers to stay the hell out of it. Or you'll be in the same spot as this guy right now trying to figure out what the hell is going on, man. How am I facing jail time? I was just a passenger.
and that goes as I was a passenger too, so that applies too.
Did you talk to your attorney about that?
Yes, it does apply if you're a passenger.
Okay.
Obviously, he did not talk to his attorney about too much of anything, because that seemed like it was the first time he's ever mentioned that to him. And look, don't be scared. Anybody that gets a court-appointed attorney or something, they're there to represent you. Get all the intel and facts that you possibly need from them, right? Don't be scared. This guy didn't do none of that. He thought he was going to come in and out the courtroom on some humbug stuff. Bob and weave and be on to his next party, if I were to guess.
Sir, I can't give you legal advice. That's why you have an attorney. So,
Sorry about that.
okay. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
Did you go over your constitutional rights with your attorney that are outlined on this advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tonga, sit down. You're making me dizzy.
Making me dizzy
We're gonna
too.
get through this. You're making me dizzy. All right. So you sign the advice of rights. You understand those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand if you're under a plea to this, you'll be waiving those trial rights. There will be no trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of open intox, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Has anyone forced you to get you to plead?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the terms of the agreement to get you to plead?
No.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, well, you're shaking your whole head no, Mr. Tonga. I have a whole book of court rules. There are questions I have to ask someone when they plead guilty. I'm not inventing these questions as I go. These are questions I must ask you.
He understands completely what's going on. The thing here is he feels as though he's 100% innocent. He don't feel like he belongs there at all. He ain't no criminal. Look at the hairdo. Nobody that listens to NSYNC goes to jail.
So, but I don't want you to shake your head no and tell me yes. I mean, this is a decision that you need to make. And I want to make sure that you're making it knowing and voluntarily.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
okay.
Just plead
So-
me guilty. I talked to him. Plead me guilty. I accepted all my rights. Just plead me guilty. I got 12 months, whatever, probation.
Oh
Who
no.
are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Mr. Tonga? Sit down.
Ain't no way you can brush off the judge in a situation like that. It's whatever, man. Just give me my 12 months, you know, I'll be on my way. Better have some respect when you're talking to the Honorable Shackelford. She ain't gonna stand for that, and I probably can't stand it all after watching him walk around in circles for 10 minutes.
Sir, you had a chance to meet with your lawyer.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. Listen, do you want the plea or not?
Yes.
Of course he does. Everyone does.
Were you in the city of Taylor on November 20th?
Yes.
Were you in a vehicle while you were in the city?
Yeah.
And did you have open containers of alcohol in that vehicle?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given. He's going to be referred to probation so we can see if any terms are necessary or if it should be non-reporting. So, Mr. Tonga, you would be eligible for early termination under certain circumstances that the probation department will go over you and with you in more detail. But you're going to get a notice next week to appear for a probation interview. And after that, you will get a date for sentencing, okay?
He cannot believe he's gonna have to do all this ripping and running for an open container. As a passenger, man, look, learn from other people's mistakes. Very minor situation could really be a major setback in your life. Don't listen to more felon friends around you. Oh, misdemeanor, man, you'll be alright. Just go in there and do whatever you want. Speak to the judge, however, man, you're good. It's a misto. Those friends of yours just did a 5-year fresh bid, want to see you get a taste. But this guy looks like he's in a damn frat house. This is probably the party room. This thing's a few months old, so if I were to guess, they probably hit the keg with this thing on the big screen in that same very Tito's room.
Oh, I'm getting probation out of all of this. This is what I'm getting.
Well, you have to meet with probation so I can determine what's appropriate for you.
I wasn't even driving, but all right. All right.
All right, you know, we're going to withdraw the plea. Mr. Gazicki, I'm not accepting the plea. It's clear he doesn't want a plea.
Oh, no.
I don't understand what's going on.
No, I'm done. Mr. Tag, I'm done with you. We're not doing this. You're not going to.
He don't understand now, but he understood everything she was asking beforehand. He can hear the slammer doors from Tito's blue room. But you know, the plea deal is pretty sweet, right? Just do a little bit of probation. If you're good, you don't get no more trouble. You get off. Anything is better than going to jail. So this guy is really, you know, almost squandering what blessings is coming his way. You just don't know.
I want to make sure we have this. As to arraignment, how do you plea on behalf of your client?
Waive reading, stand mute, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. We're setting a jury trial.
Okay.
So we'll get you a date, Mr. Tonga. You'll get a date of your jury trial coming up within the next few weeks, okay?
I didn't even know they did jury trials for misto and toxins. Unreal, complete waste of taxpayer dollars, if you were to ask me. But either way, he wants to throw old HISSY FIT down there. The judge is going to give him something to really cry about. Jury trial, and if you're found guilty there, guess what? At least in Virginia, if I remember correctly, you get the max.
So we'll get you a date, Mr. Tonga. You'll get a date of your jury trial coming up within the next few weeks, okay?
I got kicked out. What did you say? I'm sorry.
You're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're not to purchase or consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and you may be subject to testing for those substances at your expense. Drive a vehicle without a valid license, and you have a $500 personal bond. You'll receive notice of your next court date in the mail, sir. And you're all set.
So I didn't accept your plea, so I have another court date, basically?
Yeah, you do. You're going to trial.
For why? I accepted my plea.
Because I did not accept your... Mr. Tonga, in order for you to plead guilty, I must accept your plea. And I am not accepting your plea.
I didn't
So
know.
I'll see you on your trial day. I will see you on your trial day, sir. You're excused.
This dude here waving his finger at the judge should have gotten smoked right there on the spot. He thinks he's hotter than fly shit. You can tell he does that finger wave all the time to people that get him mad. Like it's supposed to scare someone. Alright, you coming back later or something with that finger? Alright, we're back in the courtroom, but guess what? This is only an hour later. Maybe the attorney went and talked some sense into the client and asked the judge for a second chance. You know, that's the only thing that I could think of on why he's back in here just an hour later.
My understanding is you've been cussing out my clerks downstairs.
Oh no.
So what are you here for? What?
Yeah, I didn't talk to no clerk.
Okay, well, it's recorded. So they have a recording of you talking to them and cussing at them. Anything else? Why are you back? What can I help you with?
I was wondering what was going on. The attorney didn't let me know what I was getting. So when he told me that I was getting probation for 12 months or whatever, it surprised me. So that's why I reacted the way I reacted.
All right,
I'm
we're
sorry.
going to have an in-person hearing.
He slid in that I'm sorry. Did you hear that?
All right,
I'm
we're going to
sorry.
have an in-person hearing.
Yep, he's seen the light for sure. Look at those eyes. They're a little bit wider than the last one.
But I didn't know what
You're
was going on.
you're going to be here in person next Monday.
I called the court. Like,
And you're going to be here at 9 a.m. next Monday,
okay.
which is February what? 26th. February 26th for an in-person hearing.
So no more jury trial. It sounds like she just wants an in-person hearing. Probably chew him out a little bit, eye to eye. Sometimes old Zoom cameras can limit the feeling of being chastised rather than being right in front of the judge. Because you're in your living room, car, you feel safe. In that courtroom, you definitely don't. You can hear the inmates screaming from the tank. It could be you in there. So yeah, if you were to ask me, seeing a defendant eye to eye in person is the way that I would want it to go down if I was a judge. Especially a guy like this wants to keep waving his finger at me and talking reckless, spinning in circles while we're going through trial. I ain't got time for that. You're bringing your ass into courts.
26?
And that,
Wait,
and that's a
225.
hearing?
Yeah,
Okay.
225.
Thank God it's not a jury, he
next
said.
Monday At 9 a.m. I'm looking at March. Nope, hold on. Let's get this together. No, in February? February 26th. Monday at 9 a.m. In
When I was
person.
in the room and they said I was cussing, I was in the room by myself.
You're going to be here 9 a.m.
Okay.
in person next Monday for a hearing.
Okay.
And you're all set. We'll see you next Monday in person.
All right, jumping straight into the court date, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what's in store for the passenger princess.
That's lovely. Come on up, sir. Mr. Tonga, did you get a chance to watch a movie today? Did you get a chance to watch a movie?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think of that? Is that your mom with you? Did your mom get to see that movie?
Oh no.
Oh, your mom didn't get to see that? I'm sure she'd be very proud of you, wouldn't she? Disgusting.
His mommy's there now. Everything's gonna be A-okay.
Disgusting how you behaved on that video.
I apologize for how I reacted and the things that I said. Sorry.
Yep.
Jeffrey Fant on behalf of Mr. Tonga.
All right.
That Cherrywood drift birch definitely make you think twice.
So,
I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead, Mr. Fanto.
Mr. Tonga is prepared to enter plea guilty open and talks as a passenger under 771.1. His thought last week was to send him to probation for an assessment. No history of any sort, but I for the court in that respect. And then he understands, I did explain to him about the length of time and that if he complied with every requirement of the court.
Not under the 771.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so under the 771, it could be up to the year.
Yeah, okay, my fault.
It'd be 12 months. And Mr. Tonga, before you threw your hissy fit and then stormed out of the virtual courtroom and then logged back in and began cussing and spewing vulgarities at my Zoom clerk.
Hissy fit and vulgarities is guaranteed jail time, man. If he don't get it, I'd be completely surprised, but then again, you know, it is a misdemeanor. If he plays his cards right, continue apologizing and being respectful, then chances are they'll probably keep on going with the original plan. A little probation, slap on the wrist, be good, and it'll be done and over with.
Before that happened, I was trying to explain to you that the reason that you go down to probation is to determine if you need anything. I don't know. It could be non-reporting. I know you don't have a record, but I don't know anything about you. So the goal is to send you down there, they talk with you, and then they make a recommendation. You get to speak with your attorney about it. I get to review it. And then I decide on what I think is an appropriate sentence, if anything.
Yeah, I know that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I will tell you that if I would have seen how you were behaving down there before you were excused for the day, you would have done jail time. You would have been held in contempt of court, and I would have put you in jail for at least 10 days. Like, I don't know where you come from. How old are you?
21.
Okay, you're young, you're immature, incredibly immature. You need to learn how to behave appropriately in adult settings. This isn't 8th grade. This isn't your senior year of high school. You are in a courtroom, sir. And I'm not going to tolerate it at all. You're not special here.
Nope.
And when you meet with the probation department, if they come to me and they tell me that you're disruptive down there or vulgar down there, because I see you have a different persona when you're in a courtroom, right?
Yeah.
You didn't come in here and talk to me that way. You got a little mouthy, but you certainly didn't behave like that. And here, did you? No, you didn't. But you didn't have a problem behaving that way with clerks. If you act that way with my probation officers, I will give you jail. You could do 90 days in jail, and you can withdraw your plea. You're going to treat the people in this building with respect.
Yes, ma'am.
They didn't get you here. You got you here.
Yep, he's definitely singing a different tune now, Your Honor.
Attorney, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's this advice of rights form. Did you have a chance to talk to Mr. Fanto about all of your rights? And did you sign and date that form?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tonga, you have to speak up a bit for my court reporter. Were you in the city of Taylor on November 20th?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you in a vehicle at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you a passenger in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you drinking in the vehicle?
No, ma'am.
You have open intoxicants in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you were in possession of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fanto, if I comply with the court rule?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given.
So he said he wasn't drinking, but if I heard it correctly, he agrees to having possession of it. It was probably like an open liquor bottle. They were probably taking it to the house. Someone in the car couldn't wait to wet their whistle, man. Crack that label, got him tricked up. If that's the case, you know, something like that where he was just holding the bottle and he wasn't even drinking yet, man, oh man. Yeah, I feel for him. All this stuff could have been completely avoided.
You're going to be referred down to the probation department for them to do the pre-sentence investigation, okay? And then after that, you'll get a court date. You're gonna hear from them within the next week in the mail. If you don't get anything in the mail, Mr. Tonga, you have to call up to the court. It's your responsibility to make sure you make it to that interview.
Okay.
So you call and ask for probation. I mean, in the event that it's lost. Until then, I know I gave you bond conditions, and in your little temper tantrum that you threw, you were very upset, and you said, well, I'm not going to comply with these terms. You are. You will comply with them because you don't want to see me. We got off on a bad foot.
No, we don't.
Your plea. I'm not holding it against you, but I'm letting you know you will comply with the terms of my bond. You'll do what you're supposed to do.
For sure.
And follow the court's order until I see you again, and then we'll figure out what needs to happen going forward.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he was able to salvage that slap on the wrist after all. I thought for sure after that finger wave he was going to get a little jail time. But the judge did say something I want to speak about. The probation has like the power or authority to put you into programs. One probation officer I had was so sweet he didn't make me do nothing. Then he quit and I got a new one, and this new guy put me on everything under the sun. I mean, program, drug test, you name it. I went from going on cruise control, I'll never forget, his name was Mr. Wentworth. Sweet Money McGee is what I used to call him, man. He knew my brother from high school. They played sports together, so I was locked in, man. When he quit, my heart dropped. And the new probation officer, believe it or not, violated me and sent me to prison. About 6 months later, but I did catch a fresh charge. And that's like the last thing you want to do on probation. Chances are you're definitely going to jail. But two major things we could take from this is never step in a vehicle with an open container, whether you're a passenger, driver, drinking or not. Second of all, you have always got to show the utmost respect to the judge and everyone working in that courtroom. If not, they'll database and log everything and bring it right in front of the judge before you get sentenced. And that's the type of sprinkles you don't want. So go in there, humble yourself, and act respectfully. The judge also said, look, you're not special in here. And that's extremely vital to a lot of people. They think that, they live in their own world and they're the center of it. I was like that, trust me, until I went to prison and realized that my world is very tiny compared to the reality of it. You might be the center of it in your house or something like that, but if something comes your way and takes you away from that, like jail, you're just a speck like everybody else. But I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed the first episode of 2026. Stay tuned the next episode. I believe we will be jumping into courtroom once again. So make sure you have your suitcase, blouse, and khakis. Forgot the dress to impress the judge once again. But in the meantime, as always, if you're new and enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is absolutely where you need to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. And more importantly than anything, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.